Hey gang! With Creature Commandos and James Gunn on the brain recently, plus with me totally riding the Superman hype train, I recently decided to revisit James Gunn's first step into the DC universe. I figured now would be a great time to sort of look back at the man's films since he's going to be making a lot more projects in the DC universe, and I've been dying to rewatch The Suicide Squad for a while. I also had to make a movie review for my screenwriting class, so I figured why not kill two birds with one stone and pick a DC movie that I could also make a video about. So that's why we're here today for The Suicide Squad Revisited. The film has two sides. One, a fun superhero comic book action movie, and two, a movie about broken people learning to respect each other and build friendships. While many characters die over the course of the film, the ones that stay around all really get to know each other on a deeper level, and you can understand why each of them turns into a superhero by the end. You have scenes where Ratcatcher 2 describes her father's appreciation of rats and their closeness despite living on the streets, juxtaposed with King Shark eating people alive, and Peacemaker and Bloodsport competing to see who can kill more people in increasingly violent ways. YouTuber and Rotten Tomatoes critic Sean Chandler really said it best. James Gunn is really good with ensembles and taking a weird batch of misfits, squishing them together, and finding their humanity. Really, all of the characters in this film are amazing. I love the wholesome, childlike yet deadly King Shark with all his little one-liners. I feel bad for the traumatized Polka Dot Man despite his silly premise. Peacemaker is a very entertaining character to watch here, and I'm looking forward to giving his show another try. And I honestly really appreciate the little character arc that Harley has, where she stands up to her new boyfriend when he starts to show his true colors, and that action sequence in the hallway of her escaping is an amazing touch. Even the other team from the beginning is interesting. I'm obligated to mention that I like Javelin from his limited screen time and the bit of impact that he had on the plot, and rewatching this movie knowing Weasel's backstory is very interesting. Like, what was going through this guy's brain during these moments? The film's message is evident as we learn more about the characters and see them grow to care for each other and want to do good. Then, to me, the message of the film is clearly laid out from a quote from Taika Waititi's character, Ratcatcher 1.
For the lowliest and most despised of all creatures, my love. If they have purpose, so do we all.
Similarly to rats, the team of criminals are the lowest members of society. Yet on this Black Ops mission, they learn to find companionship and find a purpose in becoming heroes to save the day. Polka Dot Man, who was given his powers due to his mother experimenting on him, finally gets to have his chance to save the day as a superhero. King Shark, who only sees people as friends or food, learns that he does in fact have friends not to eat. Harley Quinn, who is given a javelin for an unknown reason and falls in love with horrible people, is able to find good friends that she can trust and use the weapon to defeat Starro the Conqueror by the climax. Ratcatcher 2 is able to find the good in her teammates and the rats of all creatures to help save the day. However, the main character I would like to focus on is Bloodsport. In an ensemble cast, he is the closest thing that the film has to a lead protagonist. We're introduced to Bloodsport in prison, where Amanda Waller lists his history that include his father's abuse, his military record, and how he shot Superman with a kryptonite bullet, hospitalizing one of fiction's most powerful characters. He only even joins the mission to Corto Maltese because his daughter, left without a parent and about to be on trial for theft, is being used as blackmail by Waller. Both Waller and Rick Flag, the original leader of the titular squad, believe that Bloodsport can be a leader even if he sees himself as a broken and disgraced assassin beyond redemption. Then, as the film goes on, we see him bond with the team, particularly Ratcatcher 2, despite his fear of rats. We see him coordinate attacks and plans with Peacemaker and Flag, and we even see him and Ratcatcher 2 promise to get each other home alive. Then, by the end of the film, when Starro is released to the city of Corto Maltese, when it has been revealed that their mission was to cover up the USA's involvement in Project Starfish, when Waller is telling them to go home, Bloodsport is the first to turn around and go to fight the monster. The other surviving members follow him, and he uses his leadership skills to tell King Shark that Starro is num-nums, that Harley needs to take the high ground with her javelin, and that Polka Dot Man needs to envision his abusive mother to focus on killing the monster, which refers back to a running gag throughout the movie. He properly leads his team and caters to each of their strengths and understandings.
That's my dad.
The film ends with Bloodsport blackmailing Waller back, with the threat of releasing the role that the US had in the experimentation on Starro, and he gains freedom for himself and his team. He even starts to get over his fear of rats due to his friendship with Ratcatcher 2 and how her power turns the tide of the battle. Bloodsport goes from seeing himself as an
Why did my people
irredeemable
not
mess
like me
to
on
becoming
your
a true
arrival?
hero and leader. He found his purpose in the end. To conclude, the Suicide Squad is James Gunn operating as best. You feel for the characters who are the lowest of the low in society and root for them as they connect with each other and ultimately do the right thing. The script is packed with humor, heartfelt moments, and plenty of action. James Gunn's strength of character writing makes the story worth watching, and we'll only get to see more of it in his future DC projects. Thanks for watching my little review here. I'd be interested in doing more reviews like this for other James Gunn projects. Heck, I've been thinking of binging both his DC shows again, so let me know if you'd like to see anything in particular. But for now, leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe if you feel like it, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.